The mic is hot, the takes are real, Talin is here. Welcome to Said What I Said. From Hollywood to your headphones, she's bold, she's raw, she's Talin. And this is Said What I Said.
Said What I Said with Talin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Said What I Said with Talin. Today's guest is someone I've been so excited to have on because I feel like a lot of people know her online as My Loves Pink. But what they may not know is everything that has happened behind the scenes to get her where she is today. We're talking about moving to LA, growing up in the dance world, balancing academics and entertainment, earning a doctorate in clinical psychology, touring with major artists, building a social media brand, and figuring out how to chase multiple dreams without feeling like you have to choose just one. So everyone, please welcome My Or. Hi. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. So Mai and I actually go way back.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out how we actually met because I wanted to talk a little bit about that first.
Me too. I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my gosh, I know she's going to ask and I need to figure it out. But I know it was during COVID.
Definitely during COVID time. And I feel like maybe it was through Melanie.
I think so.
Yeah. So basically, like, if you guys didn't know or you haven't seen, we used to film TikTok like dance videos, like almost like every 2 to 3 weeks or at least once a month. We would make it like a priority. We would film, you guys, like 10 to 15 videos in this one day that we would meet up because we're all filming individually like on our separate channels to like post on socials. So it would be the most insane days ever, but we all got so close and we're just like, we would have like our breaks in between talking about random stuff like that's going on in our lives or whatever. And we'd see each other at events, but I feel like the most time was when we were filming at content days.
Yeah, it was so intense. I can't believe we used to film that much. Like I kind of missed the COVID days just because of that.
Right? Like our hustle and grind, I feel like with that was really intense.
So intense. Yeah.
So we're going to start at the beginning because I think so much of who we become comes from where our story starts. So you migrated all the way to Los Angeles when you were young. And I always find that transition fascinating. Even when you were a kid, those experiences kind of shape you. So what do you remember most about coming here to LA first?
Yeah, so I came to LA when I was 4 years old. English was my second language. So coming in, I remember like I was always behind. Like the very first memory I have being in LA, it's so crazy. I was sitting down and I'm looking around and it felt like aliens were talking to me in like some different language. So yeah, that was the very first memory I have of coming to the United States. And because English was my second language, naturally I was always behind. I always had to like play catch up. And I like to talk about this because like you said, like those early years really, they really shaped me into the person that I've become. So because I was always behind and I always had to like work twice as hard to get to the same place as others, it really shaped my work ethic growing up. Like I always needed to make sure that I was in a place where I wouldn't fall behind. So working way harder. I always had tutors growing up, putting in that extra effort, extra credit, just anything to make sure that again, I would not fall behind and do bad again because like that was very traumatizing, those early years of feeling like I needed to catch up so much. So it became almost like a fear response. Like I cannot get back into that place. So yeah, that really developed my work ethic. I was always like number one, number two in my class. I always worked hard to achieve A's, become the top of my class, do everything I possibly can. I was number two in my high school class, and my biggest dream was like, I need to make it to UCLA. So I hustled, I worked my ass off to make sure that I had that dream come true. yeah, went to UCLA right out of high school, which was a dream come true.
Yeah.
And I think it was in college where for the first time I really like noticed that a lot of my work ethics were not working for me. Because at UCLA you're competing with some of the smartest people around the world. So like wanting to be the best was not very attainable in a healthy way.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was at UCLA where I started having like a lot of anxiety attacks, panic attacks. I would go to the hospital a few times because I really thought I was having like a heart attack because a lot of the symptoms really resemble that of a medical emergency. So yeah, those years were rough. UCLA was really hard. I had to have like a whole reality check of like, okay, this is not healthy. I need to have better habits. But because of this journey also, and a lot of people ask me like why I went the route of psychology and why I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. Growing up, I did deal a lot with anxiety, especially at UCLA with a panic attack. So I wanted to be that person for other people to educate them and teach them what this meant. Like I never had someone like that.
Right.
No one told me I'm having a panic attack or this is anxiety. Even when I went to the hospital, they're like, oh, okay, nothing's wrong with you. You're good. And I'm like, that's it. Nothing's wrong with me. Like, am I crazy? Am I making this stuff up? So that was very invalidating in its own ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I went down this career path of like, I want to be that person.
Yeah.
That I never had growing up. So
yeah. And what's something about your upbringing that people wouldn't know just from like following you online?
My online presence is very different because it focuses only on my dance journey. So I think something that a lot of people miss is like my academic journey and everything I went through, and also what it's been like to balance dance and academics. Like that's something I don't really talk about too much online, but that's why I love like getting on these kind of podcasts and talking about this stuff because it's something a lot of people don't really see or think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking back, is there anything your younger self struggled with during that transition that you understand differently now?
Something with that transition. Let me think about this question. Wow, we're getting deep. We're getting deep
already.
I think the biggest thing I struggled with when I was younger was acceptance. Being an immigrant was really hard. So yeah, I always wanted to be like everyone else, and I always felt kind of like that outcast. And that was really hard for me growing up. So yeah, that self-acceptance is something that took time.
Absolutely. And I can like totally like relate to that too. Like being a first generation, like living out here and trying to pursue the dreams that we pursue is 10 times harder than anyone else. And nobody will realize that. Only we get that and will understand that feeling, all those emotions that we go through on a day-to-day basis. And they really do honestly like shape us into like who we are now and what we're trying to become. So I think it is like a beautiful blessing in itself. You know?
Yeah. And a curse in disguise. I mean, I like to call it, it's so funny, I think about this a lot. I like to call it like the immigrant complex.
Yeah.
Because it's also like, I feel like part of it for me growing up, like I wanted to prove to myself that and not just myself, but to everyone else that I can do all these things and more. And I think that's why I also pushed to get my doctorate. Like, I can do it. Even though it was so hard, I just needed that validation for myself.
Absolutely. And do you think you'd be the same person today if your family never made that move?
No, definitely not. I would not. I just feel like things maybe would be a little easier for me. Like me needing to like push myself that much really helped me pursue all my dreams growing up because I was so used to doing it early on that it shaped me into who I am.
Absolutely. And your dad was a professional dancer as well. So dance was a part of your world from a really young age. Something I found really interesting about your story is that while a lot of people knew you as a dancer, you were incredibly focused on school as well. And you kind of lived two completely different lives, like basically a Hannah Montana, as you have stated before. And I'm like, she's living that Hannah Montana life. And I love that. So like at what point did dance go from something you loved to something you wanted to kind of like pursue professionally first?
Yeah, so I started like you said, my dad was a professional dancer, so me and my sister naturally we grew up loving to dance, and then I started training when I was 10 years old. I took all the different styles, but I really honed in a lot on hip hop.
Okay.
Trained in that for as long. I mean, I still train in hip hop. I love hip hop,
Yeah.
but I think I've always I always looked up to all those dancers. Like, oh no, let me articulate this thought. When did I know that I wanted to shift over? Like you said, my dad was a professional dancer, so me and my sister naturally we grew up loving to dance. But around, I want to say I was like 10, 11 years old, I wanted to take it a little more serious and actually get trained in dancing. So I trained in all the different styles, but I've primarily focused on hip hop. That was like my first true love, so sticked with it. I've always wanted to perform. I don't think I ever really kind of had that realization like, oh, like this is fun, but maybe I should do it professionally. I just always saw myself.
Yeah, you just kind of always knew.
I always knew. Yeah, I always loved being in front of people. I always loved performing.
Yeah.
So naturally I was like, yeah, this makes sense. This naturally to go this route.
Yeah. And did you always believe like a career in entertainment was just like realistic for you?
This is the hard part because growing up, no. And my dad made it really known, like growing up, he would always tell me and my sister, like, dancing is something you do for fun. It's not really an attainable career choice. And I did to some degree internalize that. Like, I've always loved dancing, but I knew that it wouldn't be very stable for me. I'm not the biggest fan of doing choreography, so I didn't see myself going down that route. And I knew naturally my body wouldn't be able to dance my entire life.
Yeah.
So my dad always really highlighted that to have another plan.
Yeah.
Not just do dance. And that's why I always had that duality of dancing and having my academic career.
Right.
Not that I didn't want to. I'm very type A and stability is really important in my life.
For sure.
So I just knew I needed another thing on top of dancing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned to continue our conversation.
Said what I said with Talin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Said What I Said with Talin. We're going to continue our conversation. So we were just talking about your dance life and academic life and how you always knew that you wanted to have some sort of stability in your life. And so what do you think like people in school like didn't really understand about like your dance life?
Oh my gosh. Like telling people that I dance in school was a whole other conversation. For me also, like I try not to tell people right away because I feel like there's a bias when you tell people you have another career of like, oh, maybe she's not fully like focused on this or, you know, she has a backup plan. And I never wanted it to be seen as that. Like I definitely had some teachers that were judgmental at first of like, what are my like mental capabilities if she has like this whole other career. So I never wanted to be judged.
Yeah.
So it was a secret that I did hold on to for a while until people got to know me.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like eventually you would just have to choose one?
I feel like a lot of people have been trying to tell me that I need to choose one, but I'm like, but why? Like I'm having so much fun. Like my biggest thing growing up is needing to master like my time management skills so that I could do everything that I want.
Yeah.
Like I never liked when people put this box on me. Like, why do I have to do just one thing? Why can't I do all these other things that I love?
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, I'm really trying to prove people wrong in that regard too.
And
like,
you're doing
immigrant
that
complex. Just doing the most always very extra. But I'm enjoying it. I really am. Like therapy. So I love both fields for different reasons. Like with therapy, it really is so fulfilling, and I love being able to talk to people and help them.
Yeah.
And then dancing is a whole other thing. Like I love it because of how it makes me feel. Like I dance for myself.
Right.
Well, for therapy, I'm doing that for other people, and again, like I love both so much, and it really fulfills me in different ways. So I don't see myself picking one thing over the other.
No,
even though everyone always asks me like, when are you gonna stop dancing? I'm like, but why?
No,
do I
you
need to
don't. You don't
stop?
have to. There shouldn't be like you have to choose.
Yeah.
One, you know? And like I remember like back in the days, like when Mel and I would always like film too, and we would always talk about it. We were just like, she is so incredible, like how she multitasks everything. Like 1 minute she's here filming videos with us, then she's at class, and then she's at an event. And I'm like, what? I'm like, she's like literally like our like inspiration right now. I'm like, she's thriving. And like, you're so hardworking. Like any person that has met you in real life and knows you personally can for sure 100% like vouch for that. Like you work so hard for everything that you have in your life now, you know? And I see it. Like I can see it in you, you know? So I just have to tell you that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Of course.
Because it's a lot for me too. But
yeah, absolutely.
It makes me happy. So.
Yes. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a huge part of your story obviously is like that must surprise a lot of people too, is that while you're building a career in dance and entertainment, you're also pursuing psychology and eventually earning your doctorate as well.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about kind of what originally sparked your interest in psychology, but why clinical psychology specifically?
Why clinical psychology? So there's different routes you can take with psychology. I graduated from UCLA, so UCLA is very research based. And I knew early on I didn't want to do much research with psychology and do like papers and all of that. I'm not the biggest fan of writing, but I had to do it my whole life. So I think that's the biggest reason why I went the clinical route, just so it's more like face-to-face with clients.
Yeah.
More like with doing therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. And when did pursuing the doctorate like kind of just became like serious consideration, you know?
So I graduated from UCLA with my bachelor's in psychology, and I still kind of didn't really know what I wanted to do with psychology. Like my last year as a senior, I thought I was going to go to medical school and do psychiatry.
Oh, okay.
So I started taking some classes for the medical route, and then I was going to take a year off anyway. So I was like, okay, in my year off, I'll be able to complete those requirements and then apply to medical school.
Okay.
But then I was touring right when I graduated, and I was doing all these classes online, like physics and what was I doing? I was doing physics. That's the class I was doing while I was touring, and I was miserable. I was having the best time of my life touring, and then I'm on this tour bus doing physics homework, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, it was a whole like life crisis. I'm like, I need to change my direction, because I'm like, if I go to medical school, I'm gonna be tortured like this. Like, you know, everyone talks about medical school as it's very difficult. It's very rigorous. You don't have a social life. And for me, I always wanted to dance. So I really had to be realistic. Like, is medical school and being a professional dancer and being able to tour, is that really realistic? So I needed to go through this whole like process of realizing, okay, it's not medical school.
Yeah.
Started looking into other options. No one really talk to me about like getting my doctorate in clinical psychology more as a sidey.
Okay.
Because again, UCLA very research based. They push PhD, which is So that was the first time I learned about the difference between a PhD and a PsyD.
Oh, okay.
PsyD being more clinical and PhD being more research based.
Oh,
So
wow.
once I was able to discover that, and I will say I also had a friend on that tour that was doing this route. So it feels like the universe was giving me all these signs. Like it was meant to be that I was on that tour, and my friend talked to me about this doctorate in clinical psychology.
Oh, wow.
Like, she really changed my life. Like, I love her so much. And
Oh, wait, that's so
but
awesome.
yeah, she inspired me in a lot of ways because she was also getting her doctorate in clinical psychology and she was on the same tour and she didn't look as miserable as me. So shout out Gabby.
I love that. I mean, trying to balance that, like being on tour and studying at the same time. Did you ever like have that little moment just like, should I just like quit? Should I stop? Like, was there any point in time that happened?
That was the first time I had that thought when I was pursuing the medical route. Sorry, when I was pursuing that medical route.
Yeah.
But I was touring throughout my doctorate degree. I was only doing the US wing of the tour.
Okay.
So those shows were on the weekend, usually like Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So it worked out perfectly because I was literally madness. I don't even know how I did it. I talk about it and I'm like... But I was going to school and doing my practicum hours Monday to Thursday.
Yeah.
I would fly out Thursday night to anywhere in the United States. And then I would have a show Friday, Saturday, come back on Sunday, and then do that whole process again. But at no point in that process did I rethink my decisions. I was still so happy with everything I was doing. So
that's amazing.
medical route was just truly not the route for me.
Has studying psychology kind of changed the way like you view relationships in any way?
I think to start that question off, like everything I learn from studies and from my clients, I apply it to myself and my life. Like I learned a lot about who I am through my clients and through everything I learned.
Yeah.
And I really try to practice what I preach as best as I can. You know, I'm human.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to apply that with my relationship with my family, with my fiance. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I try to bring that in a lot. Again, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I'm also growing and I want to grow along with my clients. So that's always been really important for me.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful and that's really great. And what's something you've kind of learned about human behavior that you think everyone should know?
I think a really big one about human behavior that I try to remind myself a lot, especially being in the entertainment and industry, is humans are so focused on themselves and how others are going to look at them. You know, like being on social media and performing in front of so many people, I always like... It triggers my anxiety in a lot of ways of how others are going to perceive me naturally. Like we're in the spotlight all the time, right?
Yeah.
But I think applying what I know that like everyone is living their own life and really just focusing on themselves.
Yeah.
It helps alleviate my anxiety. Like people are not focused on me as much as I think they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just have to remind myself a lot. Like no one really cares. At the end of the day, they're just caring and stressing out about themselves also. How are they going to be perceived?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned with us to continue the conversation.
Said what I said with Talin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Said What I Said with Talin. We're going to continue our conversation. So we're going to get a little bit into your dance career now.
Cool.
So people see the performances, but they don't always kind of see everything that's happened before the opportunity. So what was your first major touring opportunity that you got?
This is... Oh my gosh, it's such a funny story and I think about it all the time. My first touring opportunity was with the current artist that I'm working with.
Okay.
His name is Marco Antonio Solis. So this was back in 2019. I got a DM from the choreographer. It's like, hey, I found your profile. I'm holding an audition for an artist. I would love for you to come out and audition. And I was like, oh, cool. Who's the artist? And she sent me someone random. Keep this in mind. He had like no followers. I was like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
I just graduated from college. Like I was okay. The day of the audition comes, it was raining. It was so gloomy. I think I got my period that day. Like it was just the worst kind of day possible. And I was like, oh, like it's not a big artist anyways. Like maybe I should just sit this one out. And I told my fiance, and he's the one that pushed me. He's like, you should go. Like, why not? Who cares? If anything, it's a free class. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, whatever, whatever. I'll go. Also, keep in mind, I'm a hip hop girly. Like, I came wearing like sweats and like nothing like really that sexy. And I get to this audition room, everyone is so like basically like naked, so sexy, like briefs, fishnets, and I'm like,
Yeah. You're like, oh, great.
like I already like didn't know if I wanted to go, and then I go, and I'm just like sticking out like a sore thumb. Okay, cherry on top. It's a style that I am not too familiar with. Okay. I mean, like it was Latin style. So I think the audition they did like a salsa. Yeah, I think it was a salsa. Like I could fake it till I make it. Yeah, kind of person. But I never technically trained in any Latin styles. So on top of everything that's happening, I'm like, okay, like great. But I don't know what the voice inside my head made me stay. Yeah. And good thing I stayed, because then I got through all the rounds, and then they booked me on the spot. They called out like everyone's headshots. They put my headshot up, and I'm like,
you're like, wait, what?
And like this is the crazier part. Like, okay, they call our names, and then they give us the contract with all the venues that we're performing at.
Oh, just like that.
Just like that. I've never had an experience like this. It says the artist's name, and I also wasn't too familiar with the artist, but then I see the venues, and it's like Hollywood Bowl, Madison Square Garden. Oh, wow. And I'm here in disbelief, like, what did I just audition for? Like, who is this artist? Like, why did this choreographer lie to me? And like, yeah, I can't, like, the amount of emotions I had in my mind, or like, it was, that was the craziest. So yeah, it was.
That's insane.
Booked my first major tour, and I didn't even know what I got myself involved in until I got booked.
And did they tell you, like, after the audition, like, okay, this is the artist you're dancing for? Yeah. And then you were like...
And then I looked him up, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. That's why he's doing all these sold-out venues. Like,
yeah. Wow, that's a really full circle moment, though. Like, for that being your first, and you just came back, like, doing it again. Like, that's amazing.
And my fiance proposed on this tour. He's the one that pushed me to go to stay at this audition, and then he proposed. So I'm like,
whoa, like, that's life, like even more like full circle.
Yeah, life is just crazy how it works out like that.
Wow, I love that so much. I remember seeing that too, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. But now hearing this story is like even more like, oh my god, my heart melts.
Crazy, huh?
I love that. I love that. What's like something about touring people would kind of be surprised to like learn about?
I think it's so easy to see touring as being so glitz and glam. And it is. It's so much fun. Like, I'm so like blessed and grateful to have the opportunity to see so many beautiful countries and states. But it's so hard. Like, traveling is really hard on the body. Right. And like the hours that you're operating are so different. So it gets really easy to get burnt out unless you're really very intentional about self-care. So that's been another thing that I've really been trying to prioritize, because it is really hard. And like this last tour that I just did, we did Mexico, and I think it might honestly be the most difficult touring experience I've had, because we changed so much. Oh, wow. Like his daughter opened up for the show, incredible artist. Her name is Marla. And we did 9 numbers with her right before we performed with her dad. 10 numbers. So we were doing 19 numbers in total. We only did like 4 shows with her, but it was a lot. So we had to learn like 7 new numbers for her. And then we changed a lot of numbers for Marco like 2-3 days before. Oof. So the turnaround for all of this stuff was
super quick.
Yeah, like my baseline was anxiety. This entire 2 months, I'm not even joking. It was like fight or flight to the max.
For sure. It really tested you.
It really tests you. Like if I was like 18, 19 in the same position, I probably would not be able to do it. Like, yeah. Touring is really hard.
For sure. And a lot of people don't understand that.
They don't. Like, I understand more now of why they say, like, you need to be an experienced dancer to be in these kind of roles because so much is getting thrown at you. And if you don't have that industry experience of things changing, like...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
You spiral maybe like 4 or 5 times a day and then you just have to get over it. And
right.
Yeah.
Because people just think, oh, like you booked the job. Oh, yeah, because she can dance, like whatever. But it's like, no, it's way more that goes into that. It's like your time management, how like quick are you to respond to something? If they were to change choreography an hour before the show, can you retain that? You know, it's so much that goes into that, like being a tour dancer. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then also just performing back-to-back shows, like for a continuous period of time. It's a lot.
And also like the live element of these shows. Yeah. There's so much that is changing. So much. And you really have to make like fast on the spot decisions of how you're gonna deal with these things. Like we've had some interesting things happening.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, do you have like a crazy like tour story for us that you could share?
It's not like, I mean, the only one that's like really popping to my mind that happened recently, we did a show, it was in Mexico City, and for the first time there was like what is those called? Like those doors? What is it called?
Like the pop-up doors?
Yeah, pop-up, but the artist like
like rises up? Okay.
Yeah, so we did 6 dancers for that show. We were 4 usually, but we added another 2 just for the Mexico City show because that stage is just enormous. So for the intro, we were like stacked 6 girls. And we had to be in front of this door, right? Where the artist comes up. It's just an empty, open hole in the stage. Like, one wrong move and you fall. You're done. You're done for. So what we didn't prepare, and we didn't know, no one told us, that there was fog.
Oh.
So much fog.
Not the fog.
To the point that you can't even see the door. So there's 6 girls already like sardines, like trying to pack in front of this door. Yeah. Literally, we were like standing like this trying to do the choreography. Like all of us, like you can feel the nerves and the tension of us not wanting to fall in this hole. It was so scary. Like, oh my gosh, it was anxiety. But you just have to you know, you just have to do it.
You just gotta do it and just do whatever you think is right at that moment.
Yeah. Like there's no other choice but doing it when it comes to tour. The impossible becomes possible. Like we learned like 2 numbers a day before we performed it. Oh, that reminds me. Also, like once we did like 2 hours before a show, we learned a number. Because we were told like, oh yeah, we're doing this new show, this new number. Please choreograph something to it.
Wow.
2 hours before.
Awesome. You're just like, okay, we're ready.
Yeah, you panic, you scream, you cry a little, and then you just like, all right. You just have to do it. Like that's the reality. It's a lot. So when people are like, you're so lucky, it's like, yes, I am so lucky for this opportunity, obviously, but it's so much work that I feel like a lot of people don't see. You know, like Instagram, you get the highlight reel of like, wow, I did this, but you're not seeing all the work that was truly put into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One thing that's really exciting about to enter such a huge chapter in your life, you're getting married soon, and oh my gosh, like I feel like no matter how successful or professional like you are, like life milestones like this are gonna like make you reflect on things so much differently. So as your wedding gets closer, how are you feeling in this season of life? It's such an exciting chapter.
It's so exciting for sure, but it's so stressful. And I told you literally right before I got here, I was telling Talin, I'm like, oh my gosh, Talin, I just had like a mental breakdown because it's just a whole different level of planning that I did not expect. And on top of like all my performances and shows that I have coming up, I have to think about all these little details of not just the wedding, of like a million other events that you need to do before getting married.
Yeah.
Like,
We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned because we're going to continue this conversation.
Said what I said with Talin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Said What I Said with Talin. We're going to continue our conversation. So she's in her fiance era. I want to ask a little bit about like your fiance and what made you know like he was the one. Because obviously I have met him several years ago and I love them together, you guys. Like I'm not just saying this to say this, like sweetest man ever. Like I would always love when he would come to like our recordings on Hollywood Boulevard just to protect us from everything that was happening. But tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, our relationship is extensive. When people ask us how long we've been together, I'm like, we've been together for a hot hour. Like we met when I think I was 11. I was in 6th grade. He was in 5th grade.
Okay.
And I remember getting a phone call from his friend. He's like, hey, my friend likes you. Like, he has a crush on you. And I'm like, ew, he's a 5th grader. Like, leave me alone, you know? So I never gave him the time of day. But then we became friends. All our friend group was very similar. So we saw each other a lot.
Yeah.
And then our families became super close friends. So then we were seeing each other way more than I ever expected.
Yeah.
I started liking him eventually and like, but we never were anything serious. We were always kind of like on and off and like, oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm saying it on camera, but like when we would go on like family like holidays and like vacations, like we would like hold hands in the back, like very secretive.
Yeah.
But no one knew. At least I think no one knew. I think we were pretty good at keeping it a secret, but people always suspected that maybe there's something there, but like at the core of it, we were really we were good friends. So yeah, we were kind of on and off like that for a while. And then when I was 18, like he seemed like he was like, he wanted to be more serious and like settle down. So that's when we started dating.
Okay.
We actually kept our relationship a secret for like 6 months. And I think I told you this.
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents were not the biggest fans of him. But he was a teenager, you know, and my mom and his mom were really close friends. And his mom would always like gossip about all the things of him being a teenage boy. So obviously like my mom was like, you know, I want the best for my girl. And like,
of course,
she's heard all the crazy stories. So yeah, the first 6 months were a secret. And then they found out. I mean, listen, we all grow up. Like, he's a very different person. My family loves him today. You know, he's changed a lot.
Yeah.
And I forgot the initial question. Oh, tell me about.
Yeah, just like about you guys, like, and you're answering that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going down this whole, like, rabbit hole. So, yeah, we started dating at 18. The relationship stuck. We never broke up. And we've been together for 11 years.
Wow.
11 and a half now. But he proposed 2 years ago.
My gosh, it's
when
been
I was on
2
tour.
years ago?
It's been 2 years.
Jeez.
It's just crazy. I'm like, how did time
whoa.
pass by that fast?
I feel like it just happened yesterday.
I know.
I remember seeing your post and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, that feels like yesterday. 2 years ago is crazy.
Right?
Oh
like,
my gosh.
He would have proposed way earlier.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I was always like very like timeline. Like, I wanted to make sure like I graduated. I was in a place where I felt kind of like more stable.
Yeah.
And that's when, I told him, I was like, 27 is a good age.
Yeah.
I'll be in my internship, not too much stress. I'm done with my school load. And
that's amazing. I was gonna ask you, like, how do you balance like pursuing like big individual goals while also like building a life with somebody else?
That's another part of the mix that
Yeah.
I'm telling you, time management.
Time
Like,
management.
I'm really here planning every single hour of my day. Like, people plan by the days. I'm here planning, okay, 11 a.m. I do this, 10 o'clock. And then I leave the nighttime open too, because he works also.
Okay.
So, yeah, we find, I make sure to find time for us because building our relationship is also really important. And I never wanted to, like, give up on that relationship just to pursue my dreams. But finding that healthy balance was very critical.
Life is all about a balance.
Exactly.
It's really about a balance. Like literally every single thing in life.
Yeah.
I want to get into a little bit more about your content creation. And obviously, like, everyone knows you as My Loves Pink.
Yes.
And so what kind of content were you creating, like, in the beginning, like when you started on social media?
Yeah. So, like I told you, after I graduated, I always knew I wanted to take that year off. But in my head, I was like, I'm going to tour, I'm going to dance, I'm going to do all these cool things. And then COVID hit. So I'm like, oh, there goes all those plans. The industry closed. And I was so against social media. Like, I hate to say it. I was like, I will never get on TikTok. I'll never become like those kids. So when COVID hit, I had nothing to do. So I'm like, okay, I'll get on TikTok, but I wanted to do it the right way. The one that I still felt like I was pretty like true to my dance background and not doing like those like more simple dances. Yeah. So I mean, I was just doing the most. Literally, I was filming 3 dance videos a day. And I think it worked out because back then TikTok was a little more dance intensive. You know, a lot of like the actual like dancers from the industry had also no other option. For sure. So they were taking their choreography to TikTok. So I'm like, okay, this is great. Yeah. So yeah, I was doing 3 TikToks a day that entire year. Like I did not take any breaks. Yeah, very full out, very extra.
I will remember that.
You remember very full out.
We would try and like collectively bring like a few dances each like to like do that day when we would film together. And like I would find the most easiest, like simple ones, right? Like that was me. And then
there was me.
She would show it to Mel and I, and we would literally be like, of course. I'm like, she needs to send this to us like 2 nights before so we can learn this ahead of time before we get there. And you had it down like this. She was like ready to go, and I was like, shoot. I was like, here I am struggling.
People really feared me. Like, people hated to collab with me because they knew. Like, I had other friends that would tell me, they're like, okay, well, like, what would you have for me today? Like, let's see. Like, I feel like people just knew. I was just doing the most during COVID.
But I love it. And like your videos are amazing, and they did so well always. So, how has like your relationship with social media kind of changed over the years now?
I think that's a whole other conversation of like also trying to find balance between being an industry dancer and doing content for social media. I have definitely noticed I haven't been as consistent as I have been during COVID. Yeah. Like, especially right now, I'm really only filming like once, twice, if that. And posting maybe once, twice a week. Oh, wow. Okay. Not as consistent as I would like, but I'm also like...
You're balancing.
I'm balancing being on tour and all these other jobs. So I just had to learn to be okay with that. Like, if I want to be an industry dancer as well, I just have to accept that I just cannot be that consistent with social media. But yeah, it's working out.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. If someone follows you only online, what do they completely like miss about who you are?
I feel like people don't really see my personality online.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't do any talking videos or any like get ready with me. I'm just I don't know why. I'm very extrovert and I love talking to people. I'm very social butterfly. But put a camera in front of me, I get so nervous. I just don't like hearing myself talk. And I've only like really got into doing like podcasts recently because I'm just scared.
You're so good at it though. You're like a natural, girl. And you have like such a fun, like bubbly personality. Thank you. And I know that obviously because I have known you for years. So, but I totally get that though. It's hard. Like being like vulnerable and like being able to like talk and open up about even just certain things online it's a lot, you know? It's like a certain comfortability you kind of have to have with yourself to do that. Yeah.
Like you're so good at it. Like you're talking and get ready with me videos. That's what I achieved to be like. But I don't know. Maybe one day.
Yes. One day. We will see. I will see the video and I'll be like, oh my gosh. Yes. Get ready with me is posted.
Yeah, because people and my manager always tells me like, show your personality more. Show your personality. What if people don't like it?
No.
What if people don't like my personality as much as they like my dancing? I don't know.
No. And that's where we come to, we can't care what the internet has to
Again,
say, you know? Whatever makes us happy, that's what matters. The internet trolls, let them do their thing.
For sure.
At least they care, that means. Like, they care about you, clearly.
Exactly. No, that's where I need to take, like, I'm really happy with my dancing videos right now and my content. That's why I'm like, do I even want to do those kind of videos?
Yeah.
But yeah, with the negative comments, I completely understand. I think that's another thing that psychology has helped me
For sure.
with.
Yeah.
Because I don't take that stuff personal. I really like, I'm a happy person. I'm very in tune with myself. And I know I would never comment negativity on other people's stuff because why?
There's no reason. Yeah.
Like, I truly see this negativity that other people put online as a projection. Like, this is a reflection of yourself and you not being happy with your life.
Yes.
So you're trying to make other people feel bad.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm like, why should I feel bad about myself? Like, that's what you're trying to do subconsciously. Like, I'm not going to feed into it.
100%.
But younger me definitely wouldn't have looked at it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would be spiraling like,
For sure.
The internet hates me. But yeah, I could care less now.
Yeah. We're going to get into our last segment. This is going to be our Said What I Said segment. So no overthinking. Just kind of answer like the first thing that comes to your mind.
Cool.
So the first one is, one thing people should stop waiting for permission to do is...
Try new things.
I like that. One thing ambitious women need to stop feeling guilty for is...
Succeeding.
A piece of advice everyone gives that you completely disagree with.
Whoa. Oh
That's
my
hard.
God, that is so hard. What is bad advice I've been given?
Choose one path, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great one. You need to focus on one thing. No, I don't. Leave me alone.
And the last one is, one thing you're proud of that has nothing to do with your career is...
My relationships. Yeah. I think I have pretty good, solid, strong relationships with the people I love.
Absolutely. I love that. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much, Mai, for coming in. This was a great conversation. I'm so excited to see what you're going to be doing next. Maybe another tour before your wedding?
About that. Oh, man.
We don't know what's to come next, you know, but make sure you guys follow Mai on social media. Mai Loves Pink, super easy to remember. Yes. And I'm so excited for everything you have coming up, this new chapter, new era of life. It's going to be amazing and beautiful. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share and like this video, and I will see you guys next time. This has been Said What I Said with Talin. Bye.
The mic is hot, the takes are real, Talin is here. Welcome to Said What I Said. From Hollywood to your headphones, she's bold, she's raw, she's Talin. And this is Said What I Said.
Said what I said with Talin.